Ladies and gentlemen, my agency has officially hit $20,000 in a single month. Now, I've been wanting to make this video for a while because we've been consistently doing 20K months, but I'm finally able to create this video to share with you guys the 5 steps that I took that has grown my agency from zero, from scratch, from nothing, from not knowing what digital marketing was to now $20,000 every single month. So when I first started my agency, when I first started my business, my goal was to just hit $10,000 in a single month. But there's levels to this game, right? Business is a game. And so when you hit one milestone, you want to just get to the next milestone and on to the next. So when I first started my business, my goal was to just hit 10K a month. I'm good, financial freedom, just work from anywhere in the world and I'm good, right? And so since then, we have now grown our agency to 20K per month and we're expected to make a quarter million, maybe a little over $250,000 this year in 2021. And so if you guys want to show my channel some love and help push it to algorithms, take a second right now. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, give it a big thumbs up. It really helps a small YouTuber like myself or YouTube to push the algorithms, push this video and this channel out more. And so if you guys want to help support the channel, go ahead and drop a thumbs up, a comment, or subscribe to the channel now. So I started my agency at the end of 2018. I think it was about November. In 2019, I was able to see, a good amount of traction for 4 months. I didn't see any traction, but in 2019, we were able to scale my agency from 0 to about 8 to 10K per month. In 2019, and then in 2020, that's when we were able to keep our agency from 10 to that 15K range. And now in 2021, we have now gotten into that 20K every single month, looking to now scale into the 25 to 30K, and then the big goal is to hit that 50K in a single month. So now I'm gonna share with you guys the 5 steps that I personally took to grow my agency from 0, nothing, scratch, to where it is now. And I want to show you guys my Stripe account just so that it is real that we've been making 20K per month. I don't know if it's focused enough, but there it is, guys. You see my name right there. I'll go ahead, I'll refresh it so nothing crazy is happening, but boom, there are the numbers, guys. There's the $21,500 month. And so I wanted to show you guys that, not to brag, but to show that it is possible, because I've done it. I've started from scratch, from nothing, and to show you guys that these next 5 steps that I'm about to show you guys and what I did to grow my agency to multiple 6 figures is helpful. All right, so the first step that I took was that starting from scratch, starting from 0. I didn't know anything at all, anything about digital marketing. I didn't really know how to spell the word entrepreneur. So the first step that I took was I needed to learn a high income skill, right? That is the first step that you need to take in order to build a successful business. It doesn't matter what it is, you need to learn a high income skill that you can exchange your services for, or possibly even a product, right, in exchange for something that people are willing to pay money for, right? Now, a high income skill is basically you learning a skill and being able to sell it for $1,000 plus. Right now, for our services, we charge anywhere between $150 every single month upwards to $3,000 every single month. So it's not a one-time thing. The cool thing about the high income skill that I learned is that people are willing to pay every single month for, which really helps, right? You know that you're gonna get paid every single month, whereas if you're selling a product, you don't really know if that product's gonna sell every single day or every month, right? Unless you have a good product, but unless you can build up to that. So there are a ton of high income skills that you can learn. For myself, I learned how to run Google ads, how to run Facebook ads, how to generate leads for businesses, to generate them more customers and help them grow their business, right? And so what I did was, my buddy, I didn't have any money, so my buddy, he purchased a Tai Lopez SMMA course at the time when it first just came out, first blew out. We were like one of the first students in it. And so he bought the course and he asked me if I wanted to join him, go through it, and it was something free for me to go through and learn. And I didn't really have anything else going for me anyways, so I just jumped in to the course and learned it, and that's what really got me started. It didn't really teach me everything that I needed to know to successfully start a marketing agency, but it did give me the foundation to get started and kind of learn the fundamentals and really just pursue this, right? So the high income skill is step number 1 that you need to do. Now, the second step that I took to growing my agency to 20K per month was I worked for free or at a discounted rate in exchange for case studies and a testimonial. Now, when you first start out, guys, you don't have any credibility, no one trusts you, you don't have a whole lot of experience, no one's going to pay you $1,000, $2,000 to do something that you've never really done, right? Or maybe you just took a free course somewhere online and now you're an expert or a guru, right? So you need to work for free or a discounted rate. Now that's what I did when I first started out. I worked for free in exchange for testimonials, right? Video testimonials, written testimonials, people willing to create a post for me and say, hey, Jordan, this did this and that, here were the results. And so I was so desperate in the beginning to get that ball rolling for my agency because, like I said, I started from scratch. I had no credibility. I was only like 24 years old and I didn't really have confidence in myself either. I was thinking to myself limiting beliefs such as, you know, I'm too young, no one's gonna want to pay me $1,000 to, you know, run their Facebook ads, right? I don't have any sales skills to meet with business owners. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to sell things. So it was really hard for me, and I had a lot of limiting beliefs when I first started, right? I didn't have experience or anything like that, and I'm just like, who is going to pay me $1,000 to do this, right? And I was so desperate to get started with my agency. I wanted to sign my first client so badly that I was willing to not only offer a free trial, but I even paid for the business owner's advertising budget, right? So that's how, you know, I don't recommend anybody do that, to pay for someone else's ads, because I don't, you know, chances are they might not pay you back. But luckily enough for me, the client that we ended up signing up after the free trial, he actually paid me back for the ad budget that I had spent on his ads pretty much. And I don't, like I said, I don't recommend that at all. But like I said, I wanted to get this going. I wanted to get the ball rolling. So I decided to pay for the ads. I did everything because I was so desperate to land my first client and get the ball rolling. And it worked out. He became a client, ended up paying me, and that's how I signed my very first client off of a free trial. Now, the third step you need to do in order to grow your agency is, now that you have that experience, that case study, those testimonials that I told you about, right? Because you had been offering free trials, working for free, or doing some type of discounted rate just to get that ball rolling, you can now use those case studies, your experience, and that testimonial to start selling your service, right? Because now selling becomes a lot easier when you can go to the next business owner and say, hey, we got XY, we got this client, a client similar to you, this much results, right? We helped them generate this many new customers, we helped them grow this much, and we can do the same exact thing for you because he, you know, he is a doctor just like you. He's a restaurant, a gym owner, a realtor, a whatever it is that you are working with, and you guys are similar, and we can do the same exact thing for you, right? And so you take these case studies, you take these testimonials to this next potential client, and they see the results that you have brought to this other client, right? And they're gonna be like, wow, so you can do the same exact thing for me, and it's a lot easier sell. The system becomes a lot easier, right? So as you get more case studies, more testimonials, you know, you're able to show this next prospect, this lead, this potential client for your business, all the results that you have brought, and it makes the sale so much easier. They're gonna see the value, and now you have some type of authority. People can trust you more. If they need to speak to one of your previous clients or your current clients, you know, you now have contacts that people can back you up and say that, yes, Jordan is legit, and you know, he's got me this XYZ result. And so by the time you get to step number 3, you don't really have to work for free, offer free trials, or, you know, get a whole, you know, work for free anymore, right? So at this point, you can now start charging for your services, right? $1,000, $1,500, or whatever, how much value you bring to clients, right? A lot of people ask me how much you should price your services and how much you should charge. Well, you charge based on how much value you're bringing to your clients, because at the end of the month, after your client pays you and the ad budget and whatever else that they need to pay for, are they profitable, right? So that's the only thing that matters, and that's how you should price your service. Now, the fourth step for your business is to make things repeatable, right? Build a foundation and make everything repeatable. You need to be able to replicate the same result for that next client and the next client and the next client, right? Everything becomes very replicatable, so whenever you're so that your business runs really smooth, right? Every time you bring on a new client, you can literally just take whatever has worked for the previous client and do it for the same for this client. So everything is replicatable, and it just really helps you with not having to reinvent the wheel and figure out a new way to do things every time you bring on a new client, right? You want to make things as easy as possible, and one way to do this is by sticking with one niche, right? Figure out that one niche that you are just absolutely crushing, right? Instead of going after every single niche in the beginning, trying to work with as many clients as possible in every different industry, right? Try to specialize in one thing, right? So the fourth step is really specializing in one thing and making things repeatable. Now, the fifth step is the most important step here, and that is to systemize and automate your business, right? The whole purpose of building a business, and in order for you to build a business, is by working on the business instead of in the business, right? If you are working on the business, you are able to start focusing on more growth. You can systemize stuff, and you take yourself outside of your agency so that you're not wearing all the hats, right? The reason why you're starting a business isn't to, dedicate 80 hours into working on this, right? It's to take yourself out and work less on the business, but make the more important decisions in order for it to grow, right? So you need to automate it, you need to systemize things, and in order to do that, you need to make things repeatable and replicatable, right? So if you specialize in one thing instead of specializing 10 different things and a whole bunch of different services, products that you might offer, working with a ton of different clients, you need to just specialize in one thing, automate it, systemize it, and that's how you're gonna be able to grow your agency to multiple six figures every single month. So look guys, if you thought that was helpful whatsoever, drop a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn on that notification bell if you wanna see more content just like this, and I appreciate you guys for checking out the video. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.